happy Friday. I'm Jennifer from the Family Community Health Science Department of Somerset County, and I am here in our kitchen ready to bake you a Halloween treat. Okay, we are live. Hi, I'm Jennifer from the Somerset County Family Community Health Science Department, and we are here getting ready to make a mummy taco braid. This is something so yummy, so simple, and puts you in the Halloween spirit. I make it for my family every year. So I've already started to brown 1 pound of ground beef. If you want to make it a little healthier, you can definitely use ground turkey or even ground chicken. So I have that all sauteed with the spices. I'm going to show you the spices that I've used. You're going to use 1 tablespoon of chili powder. You're going to use 1 teaspoon of black pepper and 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. And then 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, oregano, ground red pepper or cayenne pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder. I like to use my own spices. You can, for a super shortcut, use a package of the taco seasoning mix, but I prefer not to use that because it's loaded with sodium and preservatives. So this way, this is just straight up spices, which is healthier. So this is all browned. I've drained out my oil, and I'm going to add 1 can of refried beans. You can add black beans, whatever. I like the creaminess of the refried beans. Okay, I'm just going to stir this together till it's combined. I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. Okay, yeah, I just made this on Wednesday night and my family loved it. I'll show you a picture of the finished product. Okay. All right, just that's all nice and combined. I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to bring you over here and show you how we're prepping the pan. Oops. Sorry. I'm going to bring you over here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you how we're prepping the pan. So I have a parchment lined baking sheet, and I've put 1 package of the crescent rolls. Just opened it up and put it in a rectangle shape. Now I'm going to bring over my filling and just line the filling onto the dough. And again, we're doing this in a taco flavor. You could certainly do a stromboli and use mozzarella cheese and meatballs or sausage. So you can, this is a simple recipe. You can kind of play around with the flavors, but I love the taco. You can also put add-ins into the taco braid. If you like it spicy, you can add chunks of jalapeno peppers or sliced up peppers. But we're just using meat and beans. Okay, so that's layer 1. And then for the next layer, it's just 1 cup of shredded cheese. This is a combination of Colby Jack. Again, if you wanted to take it up and spice it up, you can add spicy cheese. Okay, so you have your layer. Next, we're going to take the 2nd can of the crescent, and we're going to separate it and pull out those little triangles. The hardest part is opening this up, right? There we go. Once you get it going, it unrolls. Okay. And this is something fun that your kids can totally do in the kitchen with you and decorate their mummy and assemble it. Every time I make this, the mummy looks a little different each time. So you take one of your triangle strips and you just place it on the bottom. And then you kind of just want to tuck the bottom and just pinch it closed so that your meat doesn't fall out. So we're going to start from the bottom and just work our way to the top. You don't have to cover every piece of the filling, but you want to cover most of it. So I like to then use the opposite side and come on this side and just pinch the sides closed as I work my way across. And now I'll put the thicker side on the left. And we're just kind of making that mummy dressing. You can crisscross the dough. There's no precise way to do this. You're just kind of plopping it and just making sure you're pinching the sides so none of the filling falls out. Okay, come across. And then same thing for the top of the head. You just want to fold that down and pinch. Okay, and you can shape him any way that you'd like. Okay, so step one, you have your mummy assembled, and you're going to put this into the oven at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes. You'll notice that the dough is all crispy and brown. This is a picture of what I made on Wednesday for my family. And this is one that I did last year. He was just a little bit longer in shape, and he kind of had a tail over here wrapped around his head. So when you take it out of the oven after about 25 minutes, that's when you're going to decorate the face and the eyes. And you could use whatever round foods that you have at home. I love using radishes because they have the whites of the eyes. So you can just slice 2 radishes. And when I did this on Wednesday, I didn't have olives. I had those dark brown cherry tomatoes, and I sliced that. But today I do have olive rounds already sliced. So I would put them on after the finished product. And then if you want, you can slice a mouth. Okay, so then your finished product would look like that. Okay, so we're not going to cook it with the garnish. We're going to bake it and then assemble it after. So if you make this, it's super easy. It's super fun. It's a great tradition that we have in our home on Halloween week to make the mummy taco braid. So if you do share it, if you do make it, come back and post in the comments a picture of what your family's creation was. But have a very happy, healthy, and safe Halloween.